which cost 500,000, probably cost around 100,000 from the system. On the price list, the system will automatically compensate. This time I earned 100,000 in wealth value. Previously, all the pills were priced at 2/3 of the market price. The market price for 3 vials of body-strengthening elixir is about 900,000, so 300,000 per vial. Fang Ping covered his face and laughed with delight. Looks like reselling pills is a great way to earn wealth points. Just then, outside the room, Fang Yuan was in misery, knocking on Fang Ping's door. "You've been in the shower for an hour already. Get out, I have to pee." Cut to the next day. The whole family was huddled together. The boy said helplessly to everyone, "How am I supposed to check the results like this?" Fang Rong spoke seriously. "It's because we care about you." Fang Yuan impatiently moved forward and took the mouse. "Useless. Let me." On the screen, it displayed Ruiyang Martial Arts Examination Results 2008. Candidate ID 21. Exam number ID number? As soon as he saw the results, the man spoke up. "With this score, getting into a regular martial arts university shouldn't be a problem, right?" The little girl frowned and said, "This score isn't just for regular martial arts universities. He could get into one of the top 2 martial arts universities." The screen showed the information name, Fang Ping. Vitality 149. Major subject, 85-100. Practical exam, 98-100. Fang Rong was so happy he shed tears, ruffling his son's hair. He praised him, "This kid. Thanks to you, the Fang family has something to be proud of." Yuan also cried tears of joy. "Ping Ping, you've worked so hard." Fang Yuan excitedly hugged him. "Bro, you're amazing." And so the whole family was busy with incoming calls. The little girl chatted happily with her friend. "You want my brother's autograph? For you, even 10 sheets is no problem." The man proudly accepted congratulations. Thank you. "We just found out the score, haven't even filled out the applications yet." Fang Ping rubbed his head, thinking, "We only just got the scores." Everyone's getting a little too excited. Suddenly, his phone buzzed with a notification. It was a text message from Wang Jinyang. He wrote, "I've arrived in Yangcheng. Let's meet." The next day at the Yangcheng Stadium, Jinyang and Nini were passing a ball back and forth. He turned his head when he noticed Fang Ping's presence. "You're here." The boy replied, "Yeah, Brother Wang, long time no see." Just then he noticed the little girl next to him and asked, "You brought your little sister? She's so cute." Nini was a bit shy and didn't respond. Jinyang introduced her. "This is my master's daughter. Her name is Nini." Fang Ping thought to himself, what's old Wang up to bringing his master's daughter out? He then bent down trying to be friendly. "Hi, Nini, I'm Fang Ping." The little girl immediately hid behind Jinyang. The boy felt a bit awkward, thinking, how rude. My Gungan is way more polite than her. Just then the man gently stroked her head and said, "Nini, why don't you go play over there for a bit? Your senior brother and this brother need to talk, okay?" The little girl obeyed and scampered away. The boy teased him. "So, Brother Wang, have you picked up a side gig as a babysitter now?" Jinyang turned his head abruptly annoyed and said, "Don't joke around, there are some things. You don't need to know yet." Fang Ping tilted his head, puzzled. Suddenly a fist flew towards him, making him jump. A smirk appeared on the man's face as he said to him, "Looks like you've completed your second bone tempering." "Right. How about a little spar?" The boy was sweating buckets and replied, "A spar? No thanks, I just finished tempering." The boy thought to himself, right now old Wang is a rank 3 martial artist. I'm not even a proper martial artist yet. Sparring with him, is there any difference from being a punching bag? But despite his refusal, Jinyang still threw a punch. No fighting spirit, that's a painful blow. "How can you be a martial artist like that?" Fang Ping stumbled backward. The man frowned and questioned him. "Is this how you hold your ground in a fight? Your legs have no power. Your body is loose, and a little external force makes you unsteady. And you want to practice combat techniques." The boy picked himself up, rubbing the sore spot on his face. "Brother Wang, if you wanted to test my training progress, you didn't have to hit so hard." As soon as he finished speaking, the man rushed straight at him, preparing to throw a few more punches. But in the end, he threw a preemptive kick. Luckily, Fang Ping was quick on his feet and dodged it. The boy frowned, thinking, Brother Wang even trains in kicking techniques. He really is a rank 3. He then used his hand to brace himself on the floor to keep his balance. Jinyang smirked, quick reflexes. The boy rubbed his nose and replied, "That's thanks to Brother Wang's guidance." The man charged at him again. "This is your own effort. It has nothing to do with me." He then threw a powerful punch. "There's no need to be overly polite." Jinyang spoke up. "We first met at the beginning of April. Back then you were actually quite ordinary. Initially, after the matter with Huang Bin was over. Although I knew you had talent, I really never expected that in just 2 months, you could complete a second bone tempering." He continuously threw countless punches, as fast as lightning. "Your talent and abilities truly amaze me." Fang Ping struggled to dodge each blow. He said, "Brother Wang, if you keep praising me like that, I'll get arrogant." But just as he said that, Jinyang grabbed his wrist. He then flipped him over backward, shocking him to his core. "Damn it," the man said seriously. "I hope you'll consider joining Nanjiang Martial Arts University." Fang Ping was surprised and asked, "What?" In just a blink of an eye, Fang Ping was thrown flat on the floor. He panted heavily, asking, "Nanjiang Martial Arts University?" Jin Yang sat down beside him and replied, "I'm the president of the Nanjiang Martial Arts University's Martial Arts Society. I can help you reach the pre-rank 3 threshold. All resources completely free." Fang Ping was startled and exclaimed, "Pre-rank 3, all resources completely free." He thought to himself, at the pre-rank 3 level, buying bone-tempering pills and vitality pills would cost tens of millions. The man spoke up, "But it's up to you to choose. With your aptitude, you could get into one of the top 2 martial arts universities." The boy sat up abruptly and said, "This isn't the first time. Someone has told me I could get into a top 2 martial arts university. Are they really that good?" Jin Yang said casually, "Of course." He explained seriously, "A top university is called a top university for a reason. Of course, it's much better than a regular one. First of all, resources. Every year, the nation allocates those 2 universities, a huge budget. The martial arts universities, where countless powerhouses and celebrities have graduated, also provide their alma mater with massive financial support." Jin Yang continued, "Therefore, their students who break through to rank 1 are provided with free bone-tempering pills and vitality." "Pills?" Fang Ping was once again astonished. "Provided for free?" He thought with a serious expression. "Each new class has thousands of students. That's at least 800,000 per person. The top 2 martial arts universities are seriously loaded." The man said, "Besides the school's aid, you have to earn the remaining resources yourself. Therefore, the number of missions available at the school is crucial. Remember when you helped me deal with that Huang Bin guy? Actually, that was a coincidence. It was also a mission assigned to me by Yang Cheng," Jin Yang explained. "But for a regular martial arts university like Nanjiang, missions of that type are very rare. Sometimes we even run into the problem of having no missions available. But the top 2 martial arts universities are different. One is located in Magic City, the economic hub. They are both in major cities. The missions are countless and the rewards are generous. There are even missions as simple as delivering gifts. In short, as long as you're capable, you'll get the corresponding rewards." He continued, "In short, as long as you're capable, you'll get the corresponding rewards." The third reason, which is also the real reason, everyone wants to get into those 2 universities. Fang Ping frowned and asked, "There's more?" The man replied calmly, "Yeah, it's also something that regular martial arts universities can't even dream of catching up to. The faculty, the principals are rank 7. The school leaders are rank 6. Teachers, at Nanjiang Martial Arts University, the minimum requirement is rank 3. You have to be rank 4 to be a mentor, and rank 5 or higher to be a school leader. In this regard, the 2 top universities are on a completely different level. Rank 4 is the minimum requirement. There's no shortage of rank 5 teachers. As far as I know, Magic City Martial Arts University has 4 grandmasters." Fang Ping was impressed and thought to himself, 4 people with impenetrable bodies. Like Grandmaster Ma? Jin Yang stood up and continued, "But those are just external conditions. What matters is you. Gold will shine no matter where it is. Think about it. Nini, let's go." Those words left the boy with a difficult decision to make. Before leaving, Jin Yang didn't forget to say one last thing. "Fang Ping, I sincerely hope you'll come to Nanjiang." The space was now empty, leaving him alone. The boy sat there, thinking carefully. At the pre-rank 3 stage, just the cost of bone-tempering pills and vitality pills is over 10 million. For Brother Wang to be able to offer that price, it seems he really hopes I'll go to Nanjiang. But the overall quality of the 2 top universities is more beneficial for my future development. Fang Ping was lost in thought, facing a difficult question. Which school should I choose? And so time passed. The boy was holding a red certificate with gold lettering in his hand, printed with the words "Admission Notice." He carefully placed it inside his bag. Then Fang Ping's entire family went to the train station to see him off to school. Yuan asked with concern, "Do you have everything?" "Don't be forgetful." The boy replied, "I have everything." Fang Rong said, "If you run out of money, call Dad. Dad will send you some." She frowned and said to Fang Yuan, who was clinging to her, Yuan, your brother is about to leave. Aren't you going to say a few words to him?" Fang Ping ruffled the little girl's hair. "Mom, it's not like I'm not coming back. Fang Yuan, I'm leaving now. Be good and listen to Mom at home. The train is about to leave. I'm getting on." Fang Yuan, who had been motionless just a moment ago, sprinted towards him upon hearing the news. The little girl sobbed and shouted, "Stinky Fang Ping, if you get a girlfriend, you have to tell me. I'll tell her all about your bad habits." Her voice trembled, and also, Fang Yuan wiped away her tears and reminded him tenderly, "Take good care of yourself while you're alone." Fang Ping slowly turned his head back, tears in his eyes, and replied, "Okay." Then he silently cursed back, using the phrase he often called his little sister, "You little stinker," in Magic City. This is the economic center of the nation, with countless skyscrapers rising up in the city. Magnificent, inclusive, equal, and vast. Even an ordinary person with no background can come here and through their own efforts, achieve deserving results. As soon as Fang Ping stepped out of the train station, he was completely amazed. So many martial artists. Just then a police officer next to him spoke up. "Hello, sir. Could I please trouble you to show me your ID?" The boy glanced down to search for it. Of course, of course." The person checking him was a railway police officer. He said, "The device shows your vitality is at 199, but you're not a registered martial artist. Therefore, you are currently not permitted to move freely in Magic City." Fang Ping frowned, pointing to himself, and replied, "But I'm not a martial artist." The man was shocked when he heard that. "What, you're not a martial artist?" The boy explained, "Yes, I'm a new student at Magic City Martial Arts University. I came to Magic City early to get used to the environment." The police officer was sweating bullets, thinking to himself, "A freshman with such high vitality already? What a beast." Then he let out a breath and said, "So that's how it is. In that case, please complete the registration process." The man gave him more information. Originally, the Martial Arts Association was set to arrange this a few days before the start of the semester. Since you've arrived early, I'll take you to get a martial artist certificate. A temporary one for now. Fang Ping just replied, "Okay," and was lost in his own thoughts. Martial artists are like human weapons, far superior to ordinary people. It's no different from carrying an automatic weapon. That's why Magic City has such strict regulations. It's worthy of being the major city. The screening process is really strict. A while later, he was holding a certificate with the name Fang Ping on it. He smiled and remarked, "This martial artist certificate looks just like an ID card. Life in Magic City is getting more and more exciting." After that, Fang Ping made his way to the front of the university. The place was so vast it left him speechless with awe. He thought to himself, "So this is Magic City Martial Arts University." He sighed in admiration. Even the gate is huge. Suddenly, a strange voice spoke up. "That naive, inexperienced look? A freshman at MCMAU?" "Right." The boy turned and asked, "Yes. May I ask who you are?" A smirk appeared on the person's face. He then introduced himself, friendly third-year student, School of Weaponry, Magic City Martial Arts University. "Jin Feng Qing?" Fang Ping thought to himself, so he's a senior here at MCMAU. He couldn't stop staring at the saber in the man's hand. Fang Ping wondered, a saber? Suddenly it flew towards him, making him jump in surprise, his eyes wide open. Feng Qing showed off his saber-twirling skills. He struck a series of strange poses, as if trying to show off his talent excessively. He then switched it from one hand to the other, gripping the saber tightly. He swung it decisively sideways, forcing Fang Ping to lean back to dodge the dangerous blow. It was only a few centimeters from his face. He trembled, "Senior Qin. Using sabers and swords in a public place is too dangerous." Feng Qing sheathed his weapon, smiled, and said, as expected of a junior with a twice-tempered solid foundation, "What's your name?" The boy replied softly, "Fang Ping." The man turned around and said, "A twice-tempered freshman. As expected, they could only come to our MCMAU." He then slowly walked away, but didn't forget to wave and say, "Trust me. You didn't make a mistake choosing MCMAU." Fang Ping stood there, stunned, a forced smile on his face. He thought to himself, "Damn, he saw right away that I'm twice-tempered, and he's not even a rank 1 martial artist. This guy's strength is insane." On the other side, Feng Qing was walking through the school campus. He rubbed his head, his face scrunched up as he spoke. That kid's accent just now sounded a bit familiar. What region is that accent from? Then he stopped, trying to remember. Whatever. Those things aren't important anymore. Feng Qing put his hand in his pocket, fiddling with 3 glittering objects, feeling delighted. I managed to trade for some bone-tempering pills this time. It should be enough to complete my full-body bone tempering. He smiled confidently. Once I've finished my full-body bone tempering, I'll definitely crush the Nanjiang Martial Arts University's Martial Arts Society. Fang Ping, holding a map, walked along the indicated path. All right. After a while, he spoke up, "Here it is." But when he looked up, his expression soured. What is this? In front of him now was an old, dilapidated building covered in moss. The image brought a thought to his mind. Compared to the Grand Gate, the difference is huge. Fang Ping entered the main lobby. He called out, "Excuse me?" Mrs. Zhang was leisurely reading a magazine. Hearing his voice, she lowered the magazine and asked, "Freshman?" The boy replied, "Yes." Fang Ping politely bowed and handed her his admission notice. "Ma'am, this is my admission notice and my martial artist certificate." Mrs. Zhang was in a bad mood. She kept grumbling, "Showing up already. The school hasn't even finished arranging the registration yet." She looked at his paper and continued, "Normally, freshmen who arrive early are only 3 to 5 days early, but you're a whole month early." Fang Ping was embarrassed. His smile was forced. It's clear you were really looking forward to coming to the martial arts university, so you came early to check it out. He thought to himself, what a terrible work ethic. Mrs. Zhang was still very annoyed. She sneered, "You're checking it out. Of yours. Has doubled my workload for today." The boy was sweating and replied politely, "My apologies for the trouble, ma'am." She typed on the computer nonchalantly, saying the school dorms aren't open yet. You'll have to find your own place to stay. But suddenly her eyes widened in shock. Information appeared on the screen. Name Fang Ping. Gender male. Hometown room 101. Building 6. Jinghu Gardens, Yangcheng City, Nanjiang Province. High school Yangcheng number 1. High school. Vitality. 499 level. Twice tempered. Peak pre-martial artist. Mrs. Zhang slammed the table and shot up from her seat.